After the floater, she gets down the floor. Here comes the pass, kick to the wing. 1, 2, 3 dribbles off on one leg. It's a nice little floater. And you see she starts to back up. She went and played sort of a safety position and relate to football, just back there trying to see where the ball is going to go and read the quarterback's eyes. She jumped in on midcourt and got the steal. Now 1 of 4 from the line, 2 of 5. That's the trap if you can get it. That's what LSU's looking for, a trap. Another turnover. Well, all of a sudden now LSU's starting to get a little fight on defense, and oh, you got to convert the bunny.
During her career. Yep. Right now, LSU's got 12 minutes to do something about an 18-point deficit.
Well, you know, and they're trying it. These last 3 or 4 possessions, UCF has had a hard time getting the ball in the front court. That's why they call timeout, because this press has caused them fits. Problem is, if you're going to work that hard on defense and then earn the right for turnovers, now you got to go convert. Ayana's moved on with graduation, and it's now Faustina Fua's game to be played in the middle. And everybody should try to be able to feed off of her, but tonight just not her night with the way she was playing on the floor. You saw the frustration picking up a 4th foul that she didn't like. She's 0 for 4 on the night. There's another turnover.
Right now for LSU, Trozzi and Pointer are the only 2 players among the 5 on the floor right now with points in this game, 14 between them. Shamatsi and Davis and C have not scored. LSU trying to rock and roll here.
You just talked about Shamatsi, and that's her drilling the 3-pointer from the top of the key. Well, LSU almost got another turnover there.
That's the first 3-pointer in her career as an LSU Tiger. But that time, UCF did a nice and getting into the hands of Brittany Smith.
And that's somewhere where usually you would see a Fua on the press. They beat him down the floor and then come on the other end, and it's a travel.
So just when it seemed that LSU might be in a position to string something together, a bucket and a turnover gives it right back to UCF. Less than a minute to
watch this. She comes down the lane after making a move. You see Trozzi's already over there worried about another player. She was focusing on Kaba. Came over for the help side defense, but got there too late. Gets called for the action and doing a fantastic job.
Kevin Wagner, our producer, John Sheeby, our director, Reggie Wade, technical director tonight. We'll get to some of those others who are here without fail with great talent and great enthusiasm, making these programs happen on the SEC ESPN network.
Second 3-pointer there by Shamatsi. Hit 1 in the 3rd. There's another turnover.
Now, this possession right now is very
towards the end of the 3rd quarter, but you're right. If you're going to keep having these conversions, you don't need a 3, you just need something. You're working too hard now with this press to force all these turnovers, keeping them from getting the ball up against the rim. Now you have to take advantage.
Good pass inside. That could have been a missed opportunity from the wing to launch that 12-footer. Will be free throws coming for UCF.
Trozzi was trying to do two things at once there. She shoved Davis up towards the top of the key to try to help her to go pick up top, while still trying to guard her player down on the bottom.
That's her 4th foul,
That's
Victor.
her 4th. Yes, she has 4. Faustina.
LSU down by 44-28. The Tigers scored the first 3 points of the game on free throws and then gave up 22 straight and did not have a field goal in the first quarter.
So you just had a good shot there of Shamatsi. She entered this ball game 3 of 10 from the floor. She's 2 of 2 for tonight. Every field goal attempt so far in her young LSU career has been a 3-pointer.
This for 3, left side, off the window. Shamatsi, about whom you were just speaking.
So that's 5 makes on the year now. Well, she has 6. No, she does 2 tonight. 5 makes on the year now, and all of them three-pointers. And there's a good steal. That's a foul. You now see how much trouble you're causing UCF. And on the night side, their bench has got to be wondering, what in the world is going on? We've got this. We're putting this game away. And all of a sudden, they're giving us some pressure, and they're absolutely falling apart. They can't, other than the layup with
shooting foul. LSU needs to get points of a kind, and there's the
box out, but then just watch the ball. Sometimes you have to leave that box out and go get it. She thought she had support. Nobody was there.
UCF on the breakaway. LSU unable to get back down court in time.
Well, it was the first missed shot of the season for Shimotzi, and the first one that wasn't a three-pointer. And then UCF quickly converted it, and here they go again now with advantage, 2-on-1.
It was Sanders on the last bucket. It is Sanders on. He had 9 points against Virginia. She's got 18 right now, and she is nearing 1,000 in her career. You know, this gives us an opportunity to recognize some other very hardworking and extremely talented people. Ricky Marshall, and really have made this 6.5, 7-year experience with the SEC ESPN network as good as it possibly can be. Just under 6 minutes to go. Pointer, got it! The lead is 14.
LSU ready to send Faustina Fua back in the ball game here for the final stretch at the next dead ball.
She'll be working with 4 fouls.
And now if you're LSU, you've got to dig in deep and fight even harder after giving UCF that little spurt. Starts right there with the stop. Now you have to convert. Really, at this point, you can't have empty possessions if you're LSU.
Brittany Smith got too low down on the block and didn't have much to work with. And here is Asia Todd. I beg your pardon. Again. Yeah, I beg your pardon. Shimotzi. How many is that for her now?
She's 4-4 from behind the line and 4-5 for the game.
The junior from France has made a difference off the bench with 12 points from distance.
Out of JUCO was the number 7 JUCO prospect from one report. She was the number 1 prospect in a different report from the JUCO ranks, but there's one from right side, further right side there by the sideline. Front of the LSU bench, she gets one to bank in. Here's another one. Bang! She's 4-4 from behind the line. Just a moment ago, she took her first non-3-point Shimotzi, but instead it's going to be an easy breakaway. Kayla Pointer drove the lane, and the reason she was able to get there for the floaters, they didn't want to leave Shimotzi by herself.
Well, that breakaway coming from Battles. Alfua had that one rejected. That was Sanders who went right up, giving away 4 inches, but had tremendous leaping ability and blocked the jumper from Alfua. That doesn't happen a lot.
Not a lot to Faustine for sure. Again, for LSU's offense now, if you're not on the break, this isn't an offense you have the time now to casually throw it around. You've got to get some motion going, get some movement, crisp passes, and when somebody has an open look, you got to launch it.
Alfua, Davis, Shimotzi, Pointer, and Cherry on the floor for the Tigers. 52-39. The clock is now on the side of UCF. Open jumper from the key, nestled home. That's Lewis, and that's her first bucket. LSU was cut up that time.
Such a big spurt by LSU twice now with the press to have the chance to get it to single digits. But then something like this happens where UCF just goes on a little mini spurt. Nice little pass there by Lewis. Bounce pass to Sanders on the break. LSU just seems to get a little...
Sarah Shimatsi back in the game. Let's see if she launches a three. She's had 4 of them. She's got the basketball. LSU unable to score from down low. Pointer does. Or excuse me, that's Young.
Now give UCF credit. They have challenged LSU in the paint, come up with some big blocks.
Launch quickly. Afua grabs it with a flat-footed effort, and this will be a breakaway layup, and it is converted, and that's going to be the one that pretty much takes care of business.
Look, you scored 12 points in the first half. You're sitting on 30 right now as Afua finally gets on the scoreboard. LSU, you're shooting 12%. You're 0 of 16 before you make one. You've got 12 at the break, but you scored 30 in the second half. Come out and start hitting some three-pointers. And again, I had to do a double take to remind myself that every shot she took in Vegas was a three-pointer. So her only non-three-pointer was during this flurry when she tried to drive the lane and hit a runner from 15 feet. Everything else has been from deep. So she's been a bright spot. And give the team credit, at least with the press, that they didn't quit. They came out there, picked up the defensive intensity, and really caused some problems for UCF. But then for LSU, it comes back to the problem Nikki Fargas addressed this week. They can't shoot the ball. They don't have anything positive. I know it's not about moral victories and you're about to fall to 0-3 if you're LSU. Shimatsu does it again.
And she likes to bank them home, doesn't she? That's the third one that she has converted off the glass. 5 triples for Shimatsu tonight.
So you're about to head out to Vegas if you're LSU.